If you had a heart attack right now alone at home, would you know what to do before help arrives? Most people don't. And that's why almost half of all heart attack victims never make it to the hospital. They don't die because there's no help available. They die because they freeze, they panic, or they simply don't know what to do in those first few critical minutes. My name is Dr. Michael Scott, and I've spent over 20 years working in emergency rooms, treating patients in the most critical moments of their lives. I've seen it far too many times. Someone could have survived, if only they had taken the right actions at home before the ambulance arrived. That's why today, I want to share something every person over 60 needs to know. 7 simple, science-backed steps that can dramatically increase your chances of surviving a heart attack when you're alone. These are not myths, not internet tricks. They are real, proven methods I've taught to hundreds of my own patients, and they work. And pay close attention to the final step. It's the one almost everyone forgets, yet it can make the difference between life and death. Most people overlook it, but once you hear it, you'll never think about a heart attack the same way again. So take a deep breath, stay with me for the next few minutes, and let's begin with the very first step that could save your life. Step 1. Stay calm and still. Protect your heart's energy. The very first thing you must do when you feel that crushing pressure in your chest is to stop moving and stay calm. Most people make the mistake of panicking. They stand up, pace, or try to reach for something across the room. I've seen it countless times in the emergency room. That moment of panic can turn a survivable heart attack into a fatal one. When your heart is under attack, it's fighting to push blood through a blocked artery. Every movement you make, even a small one, forces it to work harder, demanding more oxygen that it simply doesn't have. By staying still, you give your heart a fighting chance to keep going until help arrives. Calmness isn't just physical, it's mental. Fear releases adrenaline, which speeds up your heartbeat and raises your blood pressure, exactly what your heart doesn't need right now. I know it's hard not to panic when your chest feels tight and your breathing grows heavy. But in this moment, stillness is your medicine. Here's what I tell my patients. Freeze the panic before it freezes you. Focus on slowing everything down: your breath, your thoughts, your body. Tell yourself, help is on the way. My only job now is to stay still. Every second you remain calm buys your heart precious time to keep blood flowing to the brain. Remember this, your heart doesn't need strength right now, it needs stability. Stay where you are, avoid sudden movements, and let calmness be your shield. In a heart attack, time is life and stillness gives you both. Now that you've calmed your body, let's move to the next essential step, one that keeps oxygen flowing when every heartbeat counts. Step 2. Take slow, deep breaths. Keep oxygen flowing. Once you've calmed your body, the next thing to focus on is your breathing. During a heart attack, your instinct might be to gasp or breathe quickly, but that only makes things worse. Shallow, rapid breaths feed the panic, raise your heart rate, and starve your body of the oxygen it desperately needs. Slow, steady breathing does the opposite. It helps your heart, your brain, and your nerves stay in control. Here's what I teach my patients. Take a deep breath in through your nose for 4 seconds, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6. Feel your belly rise as you inhale, not your chest. This simple pattern tells your nervous system that you're safe, lowering the flood of adrenaline and reducing the strain on your heart. Each calm breath slows your pulse, stabilizes your blood pressure, and improves oxygen delivery to your vital organs. You might not realize it, but breathing is the one thing you can control even when everything else feels out of control. Every slow breath you take buys you more time, keeping oxygen flowing to your brain and heart until medical help arrives. I've watched patients survive simply because they focused on their breathing instead of their fear. It's not magic, it's physiology. Your heart and lungs work together, and when one struggles, the other can help carry the load. So keep your breathing steady. Inhale peace, exhale fear. Slow down your rhythm, calm your body, and let oxygen do its job. You're giving your heart what it needs most right now: relief. Once your breath feels steady, we can take the next step, a simple physical adjustment that helps your body work with your heart, not against it. Step 3. Loosen tight clothing and sit upright. Help your heart breathe. Now that your breathing is steady, it's time to make sure your body is in the right position to help your heart. When a heart attack strikes, every detail matters, even something as small as the way you're sitting or the clothes you're wearing can make a difference. Tight belts, waistbands, or collars restrict circulation and make it harder for your lungs to expand. The first thing you should do is loosen anything that feels tight around your chest, waist, or neck. Free your body to breathe. Next, adjust your position. Don't lie down flat. That makes it harder for your heart to pump and for your lungs to pull in air. Instead, sit upright in a stable chair or against a wall, with your back supported and your knees slightly bent. Keep your shoulders relaxed and your head tilted slightly forward to make breathing easier. This position reduces the pressure on your diaphragm, improves airflow, and helps blood move more efficiently through your body. In medical terms, it lowers pulmonary congestion, the buildup of fluid in your lungs that can make you feel like you're suffocating. I've seen the difference this simple step can make. Patients who stayed upright and loosened their clothing often arrived at the hospital conscious and breathing, while others who lay down or stayed tense collapsed before help arrived. It's not about doing something complicated, it's about giving your heart and lungs the space they need to work together. Think of this as creating room for your survival. You're easing the workload on your heart by letting your body cooperate instead of resist. So check your position now. Loosen, sit tall, and breathe freely. Every small adjustment keeps blood and oxygen moving just a little longer, and those extra minutes could mean everything. Once your body feels balanced and open, you're ready for the most important action of all, the one that can instantly double your chance of surviving. Step 4. Call emergency services immediately. Every minute counts. Now that your body is calm and positioned correctly, it's time to take the most critical step of all. Call for help. If you feel pressure, heaviness, or pain in your chest, don't wait to see if it goes away. Don't tell yourself it's just indigestion or fatigue. Every minute you hesitate, the damage inside your heart grows worse. In medicine, we have a saying, time is muscle. The longer blood flow to your heart is blocked, the more heart cells die, and those cells don't grow back. Calling emergency services right away gives you the best chance of survival. Paramedics can begin life-saving treatment the moment they reach you, sometimes even before you get to the hospital. Many people, especially older adults, delay calling because they don't want to bother anyone or think they can handle it themselves. I've lost count of how many patients told me, "I thought I'd wait a bit and see." That decision, that short delay, cost them precious minutes that could have meant walking out of the hospital alive instead of never leaving at all. So here's what you must do. At the very first sign of crushing chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness, or cold sweat, call emergency services immediately. Don't drive yourself, don't wait for someone else to check on you, and don't assume it will pass. Even if it turns out to be a false alarm, you've lost nothing. But if it's a heart attack, and often it is, that call might save your life. You don't need to be brave or strong right now. You just need to act. Pick up the phone, call for help, and stay on the line. You've taken control of the one thing that matters most, time. Now, while help is on the way, there's another simple action that can make sure rescuers reach you as fast as possible, and it could save even more minutes. Step 5. Unlock the door and keep your phone nearby. Let help reach you faster. While you wait for help to arrive, there's one thing most people forget, something that can mean the difference between being rescued in time or losing precious minutes. You need to make sure emergency responders can reach you quickly. That means unlocking your door and keeping your phone within arm's reach. When a heart attack strikes, every second counts. Paramedics are trained to break down doors if they have to, but every extra obstacle costs time, and during a heart attack, time is life. I've seen ambulances arrive within minutes, only to spend those same minutes forcing their way inside while the patient lay helpless on the other side. Sometimes, those lost moments are the ones that decide whether we get a heartbeat back or not. So before you do anything else, unlock your door. If you can, move to a spot close to the entrance and stay seated there. Keep your phone right next to you, not across the room. Put it on speaker mode so you can talk freely with emergency operators while conserving your energy. Tell them exactly where you are, that the door is open, and that you're waiting inside. These small details make it faster for the team to find you and begin treatment the instant they arrive. It might sound simple, but simplicity is what saves lives in moments like this. Your phone is your lifeline, and an unlocked door is your bridge to safety. Don't underestimate how powerful this one action can be. It's the step that ensures all the others have a chance to work. Now that help can reach you without delay, let's take a look at one more action you can take right now, one that directly supports your heart until the professionals arrive. Step 6. Chew an aspirin. If safe, slow the damage before it spreads. Once you've called for help and made sure rescuers can reach you, the next step is to protect your heart from further damage. If you have access to aspirin and you're not allergic to it, chew one tablet immediately, ideally a full 160 to 325 milligrams. Don't swallow it whole. Chewing allows the medication to enter your bloodstream faster, helping to thin your blood and slow the growth of the clot that's blocking your heart's blood supply. Aspirin is one of the simplest, most effective emergency drugs we have. Countless studies, including those by the American Heart Association, show that taking aspirin during a heart attack can reduce the risk of death by more than 20%. It doesn't stop the heart attack itself, but it buys you time. By preventing the clot from growing, it helps keep a trickle of blood flowing to the heart muscle until medical treatment begins. Speed matters here. Swallowing a whole pill can take 10 to 15 minutes to dissolve in your stomach, but chewing breaks it down instantly. Within minutes, the active ingredient starts working. Those few minutes could mean the difference between heart damage that heals and heart damage that never does. But there are exceptions. If you're allergic to aspirin, have a bleeding disorder, or your doctor has told you not to take it, skip this step. If you're unsure, mention it to the emergency dispatcher. They'll guide you. Otherwise, keep a small bottle of uncoated aspirin in an easy-to-reach place at home. It's one of the simplest emergency tools you can own. Think of this pill as your backup plan, a tiny rescue team working inside your body while real help is on the way. Now, while aspirin works to protect your heart, there's one more action you can take to keep blood flowing to your brain if you start to feel dizzy or faint. Step 7. Cough strongly if you feel faint. Keep blood flowing to the brain. If you begin to feel lightheaded, dizzy, or like you're about to lose consciousness before help arrives, there's a final technique that may help you stay conscious just a little longer. It's called cough CPR, and while it's not an official treatment for a heart attack, it can temporarily help maintain blood flow to your brain if your heart rhythm becomes unstable. Here's how it works. Take a deep breath. Then cough firmly as if you're trying to clear your lungs once every 2 to 3 seconds. Each strong cough increases pressure inside your chest, which in turn pushes blood from your heart toward your brain. It's not a cure, and it won't stop the heart attack itself, but it can keep oxygen moving long enough for paramedics to take over. Research and emergency case reports have shown that patients who coughed repeatedly during certain cardiac arrhythmias were able to remain conscious until medical intervention began. However, this technique is only a last resort. You should only do it if you are about to faint and have already called for emergency help. Never rely on it as your main response to chest pain. What matters most is that you stay as alert as possible. If you feel yourself fading, focus your energy on one thing, keeping oxygen flowing to your brain. Think of each cough as a manual heartbeat, buying you a few more precious seconds of awareness. I've seen patients survive because they did this instinctively. Those few extra seconds gave them time for the ambulance crew to arrive and begin real CPR. Remember, The goal isn't to fight the heart attack alone, it's to stay conscious until help can take over. You've now reached the final and most critical step in this survival plan. Let's bring everything together and remind you how these simple actions can mean the difference between life and loss. You've now reached the end of this life-saving guide, 7 simple actions that can keep you alive when every second counts. During a heart attack, the first 3 minutes decide everything. What you do in that short window determines whether help arrives in time or not. Here's the map to remember. Stay calm and still to protect your heart's energy. Breathe slowly to feed it oxygen. Loosen tight clothing and sit upright to help your body work more efficiently. Call emergency services immediately to reclaim lost time. Unlock your door and keep your phone nearby so rescuers can reach you. Chew an aspirin if it's safe to slow the damage. And finally, cough strongly if you feel faint to keep oxygen flowing until help takes over. Each step might seem small on its own, but together they create a powerful chain of survival. These actions don't require special training or equipment, only awareness, clarity, and the will to act. Panic is your greatest enemy. Calm, your greatest weapon. A heart attack can strike without warning, but it doesn't have to end in tragedy. When you know what to do, you take back control from fear. Every breath you take, every decision you make in those moments can buy you time. Time for help to arrive, time for your heart to recover, time to live. So keep these steps close to mind. Share them with your family, your friends, and anyone you care about. Because survival isn't luck, it's preparation. And when that moment comes, preparation is what turns panic into power and fear into life.